Hello, and welcome to the Mandatory Social Interaction Show. My name is Tim, your lovely host for today's episode. And joining me, as always, is my venerable co-host, Mr. Ben Burns.
Venerable? What does that mean? You call me names?
Yes.
Okay.
Efficacious? How's that?
Oh, God. That's like 3 syllables over my max. Hi, everybody.
So, we are going to be doing a second episode of Minecraft. We kind of discussed this
Surprise!
last episode. Yeah, we were making really good progress on the house and doing our administrative stuff. And I know we should probably save some of it for later on, but you know the beauty of it is if we ever get bored, we've got this base house and we can start another house. So
Well, yeah, and like the whole beauty of it is Minecraft is basically infinite.
yes,
So it's like we're not going to run out of content.
it's true. And if we want, we can like build certain things and go find certain things. So we got a lot of options, I think. So.
Yep.
So one more episode ain't gonna kill us, and actually it'll help us get some of the things done that we wanted to get done. So thanks for sticking with us on our journey into Minecraft yet again.
I hope you like Minecraft.
This is a double episode.
Yeah.
Alright, so how do you make a fence?
It is 2 blocks of wood on either side, and then 2 sticks in the middle.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And then to make a gate, it's basically flipping that. So you have the 2 blocks of wood in the middle and 2 sticks on either side.
Gotcha. Cool.
That's
Good to
what
know.
Google tells me anyway, and it seems to work. We've got a lot of farms and cows.
Oh!
Chickens and cows. Would you
Uh,
die?
No, I got jumped by a zombie. Do you want to kill some chickens and cows and gather up some
Yeah.
stuff and kind of thin the herd a bit?
I'll cull the herd. But, let's see, what were we talking about before we... I can't even remember. It was like 2 minutes ago, and I can't remember what we were talking about.
Well, it's okay because it's a new episode. So we talked a lot about DC and comic books in general last time. So
Yeah.
that was like the whole episode was just that. So
Which is cool. Like, I'm glad that we can riff on topics like that. I mean,
Yeah.
it sounds kind of dumb sometimes, but just being able to do that is great. It's great to be able to just sit down and chat and not really have to worry about time limits or anything like that.
yeah, or what we're gonna talk about next, or what we have to talk
Whatever
about.
that
'cause we
might
don't have
be.
anything to talk about. We don't have anything that we set in stone that we have to talk about.
It's a chicken orgy. Wait, is that inappropriate for this stream? I don't know what the age rating is supposed to be.
No, you're fine. I just had to sneeze.
I don't really know why I get experience for them doing it, but
Oh, because you pick it up before they get a chance to.
oh,
I'm kind of breaking down the fence a bit here, so.
that's fine. So now all the babies are in the middle. I need to take out the chickens and not the babies. Ha!
Old Farmer Burns.
Yeah.
Old Man Burns?
Oh boy.
And I got away with it. Or for you kids with
Yeah.
your meddling dogs.
Sounds about right. Yeah, get rid of this
Roo-wee-roo!
coarse dirt.
Ow,
I don't
ow.
need coarse dirt.
I almost got done in by this angry cactus.
Okay. I have too much stuff in my inventory.
Me too.
This is bad.
And nightfall is coming.
Dang it.
I'm trying to get done with this as quick as I can.
Okay. Get rid of this cobblestone. Chicken. Chicken. Oh, creeper. Oh, well.
Oh boy.
That's really bad.
Did that blow a hole in the fence?
Yeah, that blew a hole in a lot of things.
Oh, crud. You need help?
I
gotta fill in some of this dirt or this sand before night falls entirely and the zombies come.
Well,
But
we got some drama in this episode now.
dun dun dun.
Jesus.
Wow. Oh well. It happens. Drama's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, it's not, but it's unexpected. I need to
Unnecessary.
make more fences.
I've got fences.
Okay, well,
I got 3. That's not
I
big
just
enough,
need
is it?
2.
Oh, well, where are you? I'm stuck. I'm stuck under the fence. Ah. Alright, I'm coming. I'm stuck. Alright, here we go. Coming around. This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
What did you... Ow, I'm being shot in the butt.
That's
But
fine.
oh, the chickens are bleeding out.
Chickens are bleeding out.
The chickens are getting out of
Oh,
the,
yeah,
of the,
yeah.
the coop. Oh boy. All right, I will fix
There's
this
another
hole.
creeper.
Oh shit!
Okay, Tim, you're not helping anymore. God damn. Well, you go
Fix
pick
the fence.
you go pick up the pieces of the chickens down there, and I'll work on fixing this. At least we won't have any more creeper explosions because there's no ground left.
I'm out of inventory space.
Oh my god.
I'll come back.
Fucking amateur hour over here.
Oh man. Oh, the
Okay.
shenanigans.
Well, maybe we need to build an outer fence rim. So, like,
Have an outer fence for the inner fence.
yeah.
Wow. No one ever said that MSIS isn't dramatic. That's for sure.
That was a unfortunate turn of events.
Agreed. I'm throwing some more coal in
I'm
fuel
just
source thing.
throwing all these eggs because I have 4 stacks of eggs.
Good lord.
I don't
All
even
right.
know where they all came from. I mean, I know where they came from, but
A lot of eggs.
I didn't know I was
Okay.
holding that many.
Where was I anyways before I was so rudely interrupted by Ben's failures?
Well, my failures. Is this the episode where we have our big fight? Is this what's happening
That's
here?
it. We're overdue, man. We're
Oh my
overdue.
god. Seriously. All I was doing was feeding the chickens. You came by to help. In heavy, heavy air quotes. Yeah.
Oh,
I can't stay mad at you.
I just can't quit you. Oh man,
Now it's the cow's turn.
that was exciting. It was very. Exciting.
Oh my god, that was another creeper. What is going on?
Oh my god.
We need to reevaluate our situation here.
I'm sorry. I'm enjoying this too much.
Okay,
It's
well,
probably because what level are you right now?
32.
That's probably why the creepers are spawning as quickly as they are. They're being as aggressive as they are.
Oh my god, there's too many cows and their hitboxes are like blocking me
Enormous.
from actually making stuff.
They
there.
can jump that. Yeah.
No, they can't jump that. Oh,
Here, have some fence. I got some fence for
Okay,
you.
cows.
Here you go.
It's murdering time.
And there's some fence on the ground.
Thanks, I got them. Get back here, cow.
Oh wow.
You're not free yet. There.
I was like, I'm free. Nope. But I'm free. No, you're not.
Yeah, so I'm unfortunately I'm level 32, which is like you said, that's probably the reason why I'm getting so much BS thrown at me.
Probably.
Although it has opened up a realization that we probably need a safer farming situation here rather than just having it at the edge of nowhere.
Yeah, I agree. We should definitely like reevaluate our farm situation and expand a bit. See, this
has
is
a
why
magic
we.
bow.
This is why we play a second.
I died.
Wow. All right.
He had a magic bow,
What a jerk.
and I was not paying attention. So I'm gonna.
You were not prepared.
I'm just gonna go punch him until I either die again or he dies. This is some Thunderdome shit. There we go.
Welcome to Thunderdome.
Give me my stuff back.
I need to put some torches in the back of the.
Well, I'm not
block
level
here.
30 anymore, so there's that.
What are you now?
7.
Oh, bummer. Hey,
That's
you lose a
fine.
lot of experience when you die.
It doesn't matter.
It really doesn't. We'll get it back.
Yep. With all these cows around, how couldn't you?
The beauty of doing this long term doesn't matter. Oh dear God! All right, the zombie scared the bejesus out of me.
Okay, I'm just gonna sit inside for a little bit and organize.
Might be a good idea.
Damn it. That was there, that was there.
Okay. I know there's a big hole in the house right now. I'm working on that.
There's a hole in the house, too?
No, I did it though. It was intentional
Oh, okay.
because
Oh,
It's so wide for no good reason. We don't need to have this little extension over here, so I'm gonna close it in and give us more room.
Yeah, I guess.
I think it'll make it roomier overall if we can condense it a little bit. Can you make some glass?
Yeah, sure. I'll set that up.
Thank you. Thank you. Alright. And stone. There we
I
go.
thought we actually had a stack of glass in the basement.
I think we do somewhere, but I'm not entirely sure. So what were we talking about?
I don't even
Before everything went to hell and
friggin'
everything
know anymore.
exploded. Everything went crazy for a minute there.
Yeah. I honestly can't remember, which I don't know what that means, but there's the sand.
This is much better though. So we got a lot more room over on this side.
Yeah.
There's that.
Tools, food. Put the food in here. So yeah, I mean, last episode we didn't even go to our topics list, which is pretty cool.
Well, that's a good thing
Because we've been burning through that pretty fast.
that we have. So I'm okay with that.
I know I don't have the list up, but I know one thing on the list is just like, I know that you are a creative person, and one of the questions we had on there. Oops, and I'm getting shot at again. I dropped some glass right here.
Oh god, he's got gold armor. Running away, running away, running away. Panic. Oh, spider.
The question that I had was like, at what time of the day are you most creative? I'm gonna die again from this guy.
Usually at night. I'm a night person. I am not a morning person. So, actually, usually during the day, I would say, to be perfectly honest, while I'm at work.
Oh, well, we have a hole in our fence again.
Oh my god. Where at this time?
Where the well is. We need to increase our perimeter, I think.
We do. We really need to push it further out.
Oh, and I'm totally dead again.
Really?
I have half a heart. I have a skeleton
Eat some
shooting.
food.
I can't because there's a skeleton shooting at me and there's a spider there. And that wasn't enough food to get me back to full. Well, I guess I can run around until day breaks.
You're probably gonna have to do that. I'm gonna make some more fence.
Oh my god. What a mess. We're starting over. Get away
F it,
from
we'll
me.
do it live.
Yeah. Oh, nope, that... He was hiding. He was in the perfect hiding spot.
He foiled you.
Yeah, pretty much.
At least you're not dying far away. So there's that.
Oh, no.
Because you could be dying underground and lose all your stuff forever.
Yeah. I gotta get it all back now.
True.
Start on fire, skeleton. Nobody likes you.
I'm gonna go ahead and expand this a bit.
Okay. I don't remember this game being this hard.
At higher levels it gets harder.
But I'm not high level anymore. I'm level 0
Yes,
now.
but I'm a level 20, so
Oh my god.
yeah.
So it's your
that's
fault.
Probably, yeah. You can blame me for it.
Okay.
If it helps you sleep at night.
Okay. I have my stuff back again.
Alright, I'm just gonna do sandstone
Yeah,
as a base, and then we can always change it later or whatever if we want. So I was thinking about like coming out to like here, and then going across. What do you think? Or should we do?
Oh, that's good.
even
Like I
further?
said, I think we just need to expand our fence.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that. Now we spent most of this time not really talking because we try to survive the night.
Well, yeah, this is all like disaster recovery stuff right now.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, I mean, I'm usually most creative during the day because I'm awake. Like in the mornings, I'm not a morning person, like I
No.
said. But usually in the evenings, I can be kind of creative sometimes, like right now. But in the it's just midday-ish is my prime time.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I'm pretty similar. Like, when it gets super late at night, I'm in the zombie mode, basically, where I'm mostly just running off of whatever momentum I had
Yes.
during the day.
Yeah, for me, it's whatever energy drink I had, which is why it's good for streaming, because I'm usually not, like, so out of it that I can't function, but it's great for, like, just hunkering down and playing a game or doing something like that. and that's kind of like late, like nighttime is my time to just relax and enjoy my time not at work. So, but during the day, it's hard because when I'm at work, like I get all these great ideas and stuff, and I have to write them down like on my lunch break and wait until lunchtime to do anything about it, and it's very frustrating sometimes.
Yeah. Oops.
Because a lot of the times it's like, hey, I could be making this really awesome thing, but I'm stuck at work.
Yeah. And that is the benefit of having like a service that allows you to take notes and like write that stuff down.
Google Drive is amazing for that. So I use that all the time because it's on my phone, it's on my computer, it's on everything. So.
Yep, and that was actually one of the other questions.
Oh boy, watch out behind you.
Oh, hi. One of the other questions I thought of today is just like, what is your favorite internet service? It doesn't have to be for taking notes, just in general. Like, it's easy to say something like Twitter, but there are so many services out there.
That's actually a really freaking hard question because I wouldn't even say like Twitch or anything like that. Or even necessarily YouTube. Like, I think they're great platforms, but they leave so much to be desired that they're far from what I would see as kind of that almost perfect middle ground. Can I have those fences that you picked up?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I got distracted trying to put torches.
No worries.
Fence. Okay, you got them.
But, so it's hard for me to kind of put my finger on it because, I mean, I'm trying to think what services I just use on a day-to-day basis that I couldn't live without.
Yeah, and it's super easy to like say stuff like Google Inbox or
right. But I mean, email clients have been around for eons, so I don't know if that really counts that much. I mean, it counts. It's just like there's better answers.
Yeah. And I was trying to think of it as well today, and it's like I came up with just like note-taking applications, stuff like Trello and stuff like even Discord, and applications that allow you to communicate in a way that's really not possible any other way.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna have a hollow floor here, I guess.
That's fine. I was just doing part sand because I'm lazy, but
oops.
Oh, and now I'm stuck. I'm gonna try to finish the well now.
Yeah, so I thought of that one, and that one's an interesting thing because there's so many services out there now.
Right.
And there's
a lot of
ridiculous. Whoops. Kind of ridiculous how much just is out there, and I don't know. Like, I know you are a content creator, but not really in the same mediums that I am. But there's new things popping up all the time that are just like, you should join this social network because it's gonna it's like, no, it's not gonna revitalize or renew anything. Like, people are trying to redo SoundCloud, and it's like, there's a reason SoundCloud's failing, and it's not because it's managed poorly. It's just because it's a non-sustainable system.
Right.
Because like that stuff, like Amazon doesn't give them that server space for free.
Right. It costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they burn through a lot of bandwidth, and that's what you're charged on, is bandwidth usage. So.
Yeah, so it's like there's a lot of different things out there, and like I appreciate people being like innovative and trying to build new social networks, but there's like this XKCD comic from forever ago where it's just like there's these two people talking. It's like there's these 7 services and we should all unify them under this one service. And then it was like later, and it's like there's these 8 services and we should all try to unify them under one. It's like that's basically what's happening.
It seems like the goal has kind of shifted to making just like these like massive like unification type things.
Yeah.
And they don't focus on the parts that make them stronger. Like, single focus applications tend to do much better than these like monolithic apps.
Yeah. And
I think that's part of, where it gets kind of lost in translation, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, I like the apps that do a lot of different things, but they just seem to not really fulfill. They seem to have, I don't know what I'm trying to say. they seem to fulfill all the needs, but not really like make them useful enough to use.
Right. And I agree with that. Words are hard, man.
Okay, so I am probably going to try to expand the fence out along this way too, so they're not going to come and kill all our cows again when we're trying to farm.
Okay.
But first I have to actually repair what we have down here. Yeah.
Alright, I think it's good. It is now a sustainable well.
Nice.
I'm gonna add... I have fences, so I'm gonna do... I'm gonna make it look nice.
Well, that's
I'm gonna
always a plus.
fancify it a bit. Let's see here.
So many cows.
You know it.
Okay. I need to build more fences now. Okay, I'm gonna go look at our list real quick.
Yeah, okay.
I
Works for me.
haven't
Sorry I'm
looked
so
at...
quiet. I'm like focused on this. It's like, now I'm
Yeah.
gonna make this look cool.
Yeah, no, and I mean, I like getting to that point in, where was that other one? Okay. I like getting to the point where it's like, okay, well, we're sustainable, and apparently that's the word of the day, and then, like, then we can start making things look cool,
Yeah,
so.
got plenty of room now, plenty of space, so there's no reason not to make it look cool.
Oops.
Need more sandstone, though.
Okay, so here's one that I thought of over the week, and it involves... I think we've talked about this a little bit, but we're talking about cheating in games. Specifically, like, with Pokemon Go, and we're talking about fucking Pokemon again, but whatever. Like, just driving around instead of walking in Pokemon. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that, because for a little bit of context, my wife and I went out Pokemon hunting over the weekend, last weekend, and it was a lot of fun, but we went to our state fairgrounds, which is mostly like roads, and with, you know, there's not a lot of stuff there because it's the state fairgrounds. There's a lot of booths and like shops.
Right.
So like there was all these roads and people were just driving around rather than actually going out and collecting the Pokemon. So it's
Right.
it's basically cheating in that game, but it's not, because you're still playing within the rules of the game.
Yeah, so here's kind of my view on that. It's cheating to an extent. Like, it's gaming the system a bit.
Yeah.
But you can't always walk around. Like, I understand that, like, if they're at a fairground, a place that has a lot of places to walk, it's kind of dumb to drive around and do it. But, like, if you're out and about, like, on the road, like, my wife will have my phone in her lap when we're driving out to go get food or whatever, and she'll use hers too, and then Pokemon will pop up, or we'll stop by Pokestops or something like that on the way. And I don't really see that as cheating, because we couldn't really get to a Pokestop, you know, 12, 13 miles away from our house, because we have nothing near our house in terms of Pokestops. So when we go out, it's like, you know, she just holds it in her lap, and, you know, we talk and converse like we normally do, and then she just is kind of on Pokemon duty. And so in my view, it's not cheating to an extent, but it is cheating if that's like all you do. Like if you're capable of walking and you're in a place where it's like, we're just gonna drive around from Pokestop to Pokestop, well, that's kind of dumb. Just, you know, like if you're right there and there's like 12 Pokestops within walking distance of each other, walk.
Yeah, and that's why we go to the state fairgrounds, because it is lousy with Pokemon or Pokestops. Like there's 3 or 4 every block, and the blocks are pretty small. So it's one of those things where I feel like, why are you doing this when you could just actually be out walking? And I guess they just want to game the system, but what's the point in gaming the system at that point? Like,
right.
I still kind of consider Pokemon to be a single player game. Like there are the gyms.
There's no trading. There's no perks for no real good perks for being on a gym. You know, that sort of stuff. So
yeah,
there's not. It really is still kind of a single player experience, but with kind of a social aspect tacked on in that it encourages you to socialize. So, beep.
Yeah. Okay, so we need to fix this fence before things get bad.
Is it broken elsewhere?
It's not. Okay, so we're hermetically sealed now.
Yeah,
at least
for the
time
night.
being.
Let's avoid that area though, in case creepers come by and blow another hole in it. We'll work on that when morning rolls around.
Yeah.
This quickly becomes a curse.
Right. But do you like the welling?
I like it. It's very
Yeah.
nice.
Thought I'd add some class to it. Class it up a bit. All right, I'm gonna work on the pumpkin farm now because that's what I would. Yep, I'm gonna grow pumpkins.
So, can you use pumpkins for anything except for masks? I'm assuming you can like make pie or something with it.
You can use them to make golems, which we could have patrol the place and protect it, which is kind of what I was thinking. So I don't know, but yeah, you can use them for that sort of stuff. I think there's pumpkin pie in this game.
I would assume so.
Boosh. But yeah, they would take care of like spiders and stuff, which is kind of nice. All right. I know I'm making it close to the fence, but I mean, pumpkins we're not going to really pull out that often. Do we have watermelon seeds yet? I don't know if we do.
I have no idea where to find that.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. Chomp, 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 chomp.
So yeah, like I really enjoy playing Pokemon, but it's annoying to see people just slowly driving around, like the fairgrounds or wherever we go. There's always people just basically, I don't know. It's annoying. It bothers me.
I understand completely. I really do.
So I guess that's all I had on that topic.
Yeah, I don't see it as much of a cheat in the sense that, like, yeah, if you're gonna be out and about and in the car anyways, it's not a big deal. But like, if that's like your whole objective is, hey, we're gonna go catch Pokemon without actually like doing the legwork for it, no pun intended. That's kind of lame in my view.
Okay, I'm getting shot at over here.
Yeah, I see him. Be careful. There's a witch over there throwing bottles of doom.
You're getting hemmed in over here.
I know. It's because I'm level 20. It's my fault.
Well, it's not my fault anymore. That's for sure.
Ow! Shoot.
You okay?
Got shot.
I'm just gonna make more cows, I guess.
Ooh. Stop having a cow, man.
Uh-huh.
Haha.
And then I'll harvest the cows.
I'm looking forward to my stream tonight. I haven't eaten dinner yet, so I'm like really hungry.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
It's not helping. I had an energy drink, so I'm just kind of like in terms of energy right now.
Yeah, I hear
Okay,
you.
so that's done. Now
There's nowhere to escape. Okay, that's probably enough. Oh no, there's just babies everywhere. I feel bad.
Did you murder their families?
Pretty much.
Ow.
You have an arrow
Shot in the
sticking
butt.
out of your head.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. He got a headshot on me. He rocked me pretty hard.
Okay, so we have 14 leather now. I don't know if that's a good number or not. But at least we have food
no,
to cook.
that's a really, really low number, but it's a start. A start's a start, so.
Yep. I have more glass for you if you want it.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta figure out where we're gonna put the windows on that wall.
Gotcha.
I really wish this skeleton would stop shooting me in the butt.
Let's see.
Ow! Alright, I'm going inside.
I thought that there was something we were going to talk about last week that we didn't get to. And,
I thought we noted it down, though.
yeah, I think that it was just based, I found it. I think it was just kind of based on the momentum of the conversation that we had last time, but it was about EDM subgenres and how ridiculous they are.
Oh, geez, yeah, that's a big one. I mean...
yeah. And actually, like, one of the creative exploration videos I'm planning on making is about genres, so there's a whole thing there, but, like...
Here, you want to come up here and sleep real quick so we can get through the
Oh,
night?
yeah, we can do that, can't we?
I forgot about that. so dumb sometimes.
I
But yeah,
I forgot about that too.
EDM subgenres get funky.
And I just don't understand why so many exist. And maybe this is old man Ben like telling people to get off his lawn, but like there's just there's just so many and they're so specialized. It's just why even bother at that point?
It gets to a point where it's just like, really? You need to have glitch hop and trip hop and
Yeah.
and 110 BPM and hardcore and trance and vocal trance and dubstep and chill step and it just, you could go on for 10 years.
Yeah, and I mean there's stuff like vaporwave and there was like
Yep.
I can't remember the other one. It was like sea wave or something. There was like some subgenre of sea wave turned into vaporwave, and then that turned into something else. And I don't know.
Good lord.
Like I feel like, and this is a rant that I actually had on my stream once, that genres are important, but not if you're actually one of the people making the art.
Right.
Like you shouldn't care about genre if you're actually making things.
Right.
because-
It's good for categorization, but you
Yeah.
shouldn't go into it saying, I'm going to make this kind of song.
Yeah, unless you're a librarian.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out
Oh,
where we
man.
can expand to make more wheat. Oh, right here. Okay.
Yeah, I left that open for you, so expand it if you want.
Again, it's close to the wall, but
But I just get confused as to what the
Okay.
differences are because, like, the only people that I find that really
There's-
know the
don't
real
fall down.
differences. Wow. Okay. All right.
I said don't fall down.
Oh my god. Ben, help. Ben, help.
There's a witch down
Ah!
here too.
Oh, it's such a nightmare.
Well, I'm dead.
I made a terrible mistake.
Why doesn't this witch die?
I'm dead. Fuck. Well, there goes 20 levels.
You know, Tim,
Damn it.
when I
shouldn't
said
have done
don't
that.
jump down there, you just jumped down there again.
We gotta reclaim the stuff.
How are you going to get out? What is your exit strategy here?
Right now, just kill everything and deal with it when we deal with it. There we go. Dealt with.
Okay,
Holy
well.
crab apples. Pick everything up, and then we'll sort through the stuff here in a second.
Oh my god.
Wow, that was magical.
This is what I get.
This is what happens when you align yourself with me.
Yeah.
All right, here's this. Boom.
Give me all my diamond stuff.
I'm working on it, Mr. Diamond Hoarder.
Those are your boots. Those are
Here, have some
yours.
sandstone.
That's yours. That's mine. You don't get that. I had a sword.
I threw the sword at you. But, oh, I just picked it up again.
That's fine. Thanks.
That was something special.
Well, I'm trying to fill this hole in so I can put some dirt under it.
Well, now it's clear, so there you go.
Yeah. I could have done that without dying twice, but
Oh, I have some of your armor pieces. You had a helmet and pants on. Here,
yep, that's true.
here you go.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, where were we?
Yeah, so EDM subgenres, right?
Jesus.
God.
Comedy
That was
of
an
errors
adventure.
today.
It was an adventure. This Minecraft episode brought to you by Tim and Ben being idiots.
Oh boy.
But yes, it just I don't understand the differences between the subgenres.
Yeah.
A lot of times, like I understand chill step is pretty dramatically different than dubstep, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can tell the difference because it's descriptive. But like usually the people that tell me the differences are like total hipster dudes. So it gets a little like it like makes me not want to like acknowledge they're a thing when somebody tells me like, well, actually this falls under the category of trip hop instead of that. It's like no, don't ever talk to me again.
Yeah, it's difficult, and yeah, I don't know.
Like, where do you stand on it? Like, are you a fan of all the subgenres? Like, do you care or
No, not particularly. I think that they, like I said, I think that they serve a place, but not if you're actually making things. Like, it doesn't matter if you're making stuff. Like, subgenres and genres are just a series of rules, and if you want to define your music by those rules, that's fine. But, don't crawl up somebody else's ass just because they don't agree with what you're doing. And I don't know, like, I used to know all of that stuff. I used to understand, like, all the genres and all that, but these days, like, I can't keep up. And again, that might be old man Ben talking, but I don't think so. I don't know. I guess that's my final answer on that. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm killing a bunch of chickens, so I'm just
That's fine. We have plenty.
getting some chicken meat.
There should be a bunch in the burners, too.
Excellent. Yeah, food is one of those things that, like, I always forget about until it's too late. So.
Yep. Exactly.
All right. That thinned the herd a little bit. Herd of chickens. I'm gonna breed a couple of them.
What am I looking for? I thought we had more seeds. I guess I burned through them all.
Yeah, I'm using some. Do you need a few? I've got
No,
3
I
left.
can always collect more. Oh, now that it's daytime, I can start building the fence again.
Yay!
Except I only have sand and not sandstone.
Here you go. Where are you at?
Oh,
I got a little bit. I don't have a lot, but I got a little bit.
that's fine. We have so much in the storeroom. Just
There you are.
grab a bunch.
There you
Thanks.
go. Yep.
Bloop.
All right. Well, I know, like, conversation-wise, we've kind of petered off because of the shenanigans that have gone on these past
Yeah, there's.
past friggin' 20 minutes. Has just been horrendous.
Yeah, it happens. Like I'm worried about this wall now because this is so close, but I guess we don't come over here as often. So
Right. Yeah. If we just farm during the day, we'll be fine. That's, I think, the important part. Let me put a torch in. I need to go get. Oh, no, I have torches. Put a torch in the middle here to try to keep monsters at bay, because sometimes they'll spawn at the most random of times.
yeah,
Hey, we got some pumpkin action starting to grow.
nice.
I want to find some watermelon because that stuff's useful. It's a good, like, quick food to have. So, all right. I'm trying to decide what I want to do because I built the. Oh, how about I build some compasses?
Oh, God, there's a
compasses,
creeper
couple
right
maps.
I was gonna do that, but I needed to get seeds first.
Well, you go ahead and do that. I'll work on that. I'll get that
This
done.
isn't the efficient way of getting seeds, though.
Do we have any redstone?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, I'll have to
We
find
have
it.
like 2 or 3 stacks, I think.
Building materials. No. Disc stuff. Yeah, there it is. Okay, found
Too
it.
close to the spawn. There we go.
Num. Okay. So I think that it is a redstone in the middle and then gold all around? Or is it redstone all around and gold in the middle?
I think it's redstone all around and gold in the middle, but honestly, I don't know.
Nope, that's not right either. Shoot. Time to Google it.
Is it in a diamond pattern rather than like a square?
Oh, yeah, you might be right. I thought it was gold on the outside. And
Well,
then
yeah, if it's a
redstone in the
diamond
middle.
pattern, it might
Yeah,
be gold
there it
on the
is.
outside.
No, that's a clock.
Oh, why would you need that?
I don't know. Because if you're down below, so you can see what time it is.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
guess.
They're not really that useful, but compass Minecraft.
Okay.
Look it up.
So, imagine that you're famous. What would
Okay.
you have in your green room before a Tim show?
Well, let's be more practical with it, right?
Okay.
That question. So imagine that we are popular content creators,
Okay.
all right, and we've been asked to be at a convention or something like that.
Plausible.
I think that's more plausible, right?
I guess.
What would you expect to be in the green room, right? Because there is a green room at conventions because they have to have a place for the guests to unwind and such. So personally, for me, just bottled water and maybe like a snack, like small snacks like mixed nuts or something like that for energy. Because I get hungry really easily, and when my blood sugar gets out of balance, I am horrendous to be around. And the last thing that I'd want to do is be that guy, you know, the guy that everyone's like, man, that guy's a dick. I don't want to be that guy. I want people to be like, man, he's super cool, and that sort of thing. So that's kind of where I want to be. Like, I just want simple stuff. Like, I don't need anything like super fancy or anything like that.
Interesting.
How about you? Like, what would you want? Like,
don't know.
not saying that, you know, you're out of line to ask for something outlandish, because I'm kind of defeating the purpose of the exercise. I know, but
This is improv. You gotta just be. I don't know how improv works actually, but I think about it sometimes. Like, learning it might be beneficial to like either this or even just doing streams in general. Just being able to riff off of other people's
all right,
stuff.
Ben, here you go.
What are you giving? Oh,
And wait,
empty map.
here you go.
Whoa!
Right
it's
click on the
flipping all
map
over.
and it'll generate. And we can make them bigger later if you want, but
Ooh,
gives us an idea of where we're at.
interesting.
But
So
yeah,
this,
I mean, if I was famous and could like ask for anything and be completely unreasonably demanding, and people would still put up with my BS, honestly, I'd probably just be like a place for my friends to hang out and like play games, so like a TV,
nice.
and just bring a little. I mean, if you're rich, you bring a PC with you, and play games like Nidhogg and stuff like that before a show or whatever it is.
60-inch flat screen.
That's what I'm saying, and just hook it up like a 4K TV, and all that stuff, and then hook up the PC to it, and then just hook up a bunch of controllers and have friends play games and stuff before and after. And I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of like how I think. Like, I would definitely. Like, I would have the cooler people that came to hang out. Like just saying, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like some kind of like singer or musician or something.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm famous from, quote unquote. So like the people that are really cool at the show, when I'm not at the merch booth, like afterwards when I'm getting ready to like unwind for the evening, like I'd have people back there, and we'd get pizzas and stuff, and that's what I would demand, is like pizzas and a big TV. That's all.
That
I
actually
want.
sounds pretty good. I like that.
I'm simple. I'm not gonna be that guy.
Yeah, let's
I don't
use
need
these
like
stupid
I don't need
bits
like
again.
I don't need M&Ms with all the red M&Ms taken out or whatever. I just
Do you want to
simply
use the bet again to skip the night, because I'm getting shot at?
yeah, please.
So do you know why they their rider had red M&Ms or no
Yeah,
red
it was
M&Ms?
it was so that they knew people actually read the writer.
Yeah, which I think is super smart. Like,
it is. Yeah.
I was kind of blown away by that. It's like, oh, these guys aren't dicks. They're just trying to protect themselves.
Right, because if there were no red M&Ms, they could safely say, okay, this is not good. This is not something we want to be involved with.
Well, yeah, because, well, then who knows what they did with the stage setup. Like, is a light going to fall on me halfway through the...
Exactly. Yep. So, yep. No, I think it's very smart too. It's a very smart way of doing it. But no, I'm not that clever. I just want something simple. Just stuff for my friends and.
I mean, if they're going to give me M&Ms, I'll eat them, but...
Well, yeah. I mean, if they're gonna offer up food and snacks, I'm gonna be like, well, give me a thing of mixed nuts and maybe some fruit, like mixed fruit or something, because I like fruit. It's delicious. So.
Mhm.
And orange juice or apple juice. I freaking love juice. So
Yeah.
good.
There's
They
a
make my
baby
stomach
zombie
upset,
out there.
Aw,
And
little
there's,
pygmy.
There's also a gold armored zombie out there too, so watch your butt.
Hold on to your butts, kitties.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't even know how to get out of this place anymore. Are you just throwing eggs down from... Oh, God.
What? I was hatching them.
I was watching all these eggs fly by. Yeah. I don't know. Someday we'll be famous YouTube stars. And we'll... Oh, that's not how fences go. Let's try that again. There we go.
Kind of the way that I'm looking at it is, if I ever am asked to be at a convention as a guest, will be when I feel like I've made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting question. I never really considered... Oh, boy. Oh, they don't get knocked back when they have armor. Oh, yeah, they do. like what you would consider like making it, quote unquote. And that's an interesting question.
And I agree. I mean, for me, it's enough recognition that people like know what I do and respect what I do. Not like everybody in the world, but just like a specific, subset of people are like, yeah, I know this guy. He does this or whatever, and that would be pretty baller. Hey, I have a carrot. Where'd I get a carrot from?
I don't know. I found it on the like growing.
Well, I just planted it, so
maybe a mob dropped it or something.
Possibly.
So let's see how old school you are. Do you know what mob actually stands for?
I'm drawing a blank.
It stands for mobile object.
Oh, okay.
It's from like the super old mud days, where they had monsters roaming from room to room rather than being a static monster in a room.
Oh, right.
Did you ever play in muds?
No, I never. Whoa. Duck.
You okay?
Yeah, the dirt changed from tilled dirt to regular dirt while I was jumping on it, and it made me glitch into the ground because it replaces the object with it's a different object.
Yeah,
pretty much.
yeah.
So I think I landed on it in the exact split second it changed. So, oops. Anyways,
game breaking bug, 0 out of 10.
Game sucks. But I never played muds. I actually my thing was I was really into like AOL chat rooms when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And I did like Star Trek roleplay and stuff like that.
Oh boy.
So yeah, not like erotic roleplay, like actual like
Mr.
hardcore
Picard.
roleplay.
Yeah, I know.
Like the really like legit stuff. Like we all had like positions. Like I was the chief science officer, and like there were people under me. I was like 12 or 11 or something.
Oh wow!
And like I was pretty mature for my age. Like I've always been, I mean now I'm immature for my age, but
well you gotta
is
balance
what it
it
is
somehow.
Yeah, but like it was fun because like it taught me like how a command structure works and a lot of that stuff. It was pretty cool, and honestly, I would do it again in a heartbeat if it was a thing. And I mean, it still exists outside, but because AOL's kind of their chat rooms are dead.
Yeah.
But like I would do it again in a heartbeat. Like if I could get involved with something like that again, because it was so fun and it was so enriching because not only did you create a character, which I love doing,
Mm-hmm.
your character had growth and like you would get promoted. Like we would have like big ceremonies at the end of the quote unquote episode or sim as we called them for that night because we do it like once a week. And man, it was cool because like they'd be like whoever step right up because of your your actions. We're promoting you to this rank, and you get promoted and stuff like that.
Nice.
It was really, really cool, and it was just so fun, and it was really rewarding. Like, it's like one of those things that you just don't really like anticipate to be a rewarding deal. Like you just think, well, this is going to be lame as hell. But like, I've always had a real passion for like classic, not classic Trek, but like Next Generation and Voyager. I grew up on Voyager, so
Voyager, huh?
Yeah, I love Voyager, and
I've never been able to finish Voyager. We'll get to that in a second, but
like it was just really cool to be involved in a group of people who had real passion for it, and like everybody like just hung out and were really nice to each other. And you might not see certain people until next week, but it was much like playing D&D, but over a chat room with a bunch of people you've never met.
And that's text based, I'm assuming, right?
It was all text based, yeah. Like, and it was cool because people had created like programmed bots, like made bot applications to manage the chat rooms and stuff. So like,
cool.
It would like some of the Sims would have like randomized events that would happen, like kind of like how the Kobayashi Maru works in Star Trek. If you've never heard of that, it's an impossible test that you're not supposed to be able to pass, but it's supposed to give you like an overview of your Kirk cheated, but an overview of your like abilities.
It's basically Sophie's Choice, isn't it? Like you can either like save these people and these other people die. Like you have to choose between two
Right.
options that are both bad, but you have to choose one.
Right. Except it's more than that. It's like a dozen different bad options. Like
Yeah.
you could run away, but this starbase gets destroyed. You can engage, but they're like 10 times more powerful than you. You can ask for help, but help's like an hour away. You know, that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. And like it's based on how you handle it, like and all that stuff. So like you can like on certain models of ship, you can like detach the saucer section and ram them, you know, and sacrifice yourself and save your crew and the starbase, you know, that sort of stuff. But it's still a lose situation because you died.
Yeah.
So there's no win in the Kobayashi Maru. And so like they would have like it would occasionally randomly spit stuff out, or it would like manage like the time, like when time hit a certain, you know, like when the sim ends, like it, you know, they have a hard stop at a certain time, it would just say pause and everyone would pause their characters in place, that sort of stuff. And it was cool. Like it would manage rosters and you'd have a character. I mean, my character was me. Like it was literally just me.
Oh yeah.
Because I was a kid and I didn't really come up with names and stuff. Like nowadays, I would get into that like you wouldn't believe. Like,
Oh yeah.
I am like I love that sort of stuff, and I would have a blast. Like the cool thing is the guy who was running it was also our captain. So, but what was really awesome about it was actually like a group, like I know I'm not making much sense.
Oh no, I totally get it. Like
it was like a role play group of like 4 or 5 different ships, more than that probably.
Oh wow.
That actually contained like full crews, like 12 to 14 people, and did their thing on different nights of the week. And like we would have crossover episodes or sims and stuff like that where we'd work together, and like their crews would join our crews, and we would do like away missions together. And so it was really cool and very memorable. Like I will never forget my time with that. And like I honestly, I know it's a lot of nostalgia, but I would love to do it again and get involved with that sort of thing again, because it was just it was really enriching, and I had a damn good time with it, and it taught me a lot as a young, you know, formidable kid, you know, impressionable kid should be like a formative child.
Yep.
Like formidable was not the word I was looking for there,
I
but
gotcha.
yeah, it's like it was just really enriching and really it was fantastic. And like I would, if you ever get a chance to be involved in a role play group.
Oh yeah, I played
even if
D&D for forever when I was a kid.
What was cool is there was no rule book for this. It was just free form role
Yeah.
play, but it was within the rules of the universe. So like if you like tried to God mode, the GM, the person who is the game master, rather than like be like, well, you're violating a rule, they would just say, hey, you can't do that, undo, and the role players just undo the action. And it was just very simple and straightforward, and you know, like there was no dice rolls or anything like that. But when like certain things we do dice rolls for like chances, but the GM would do the dice rolls for us.
Mhm.
Like we didn't have stats or any of that stuff. It was just like all chance based. So like, hey, I'm gonna go jump and jumps into a river to avoid getting shot, and the GM would like roll a dice or something and say, okay, well the water's freezing. That sort of thing.
Yeah, and
then you'd have to just role play it.
Yeah, I completely agree with how that works. Like, I feel that if a D&D campaign is run well, dice rolls really aren't much of the game.
No, and the dice rolls are only there to aid in the role play experience.
Yeah,
and that's a good D&D campaign. And I mean, I could talk about this for a while, but
oh well,
like,
we got 20. Or no, we're at 53 minutes already.
Yeah, it went by pretty quick. But like overall, I absolutely adore like freeform kind of role play, and I honestly just miss it so much. I know I'm sounding like a pining child, but like legit, like the people that I role played with, I don't have contact with anymore.
I took out the middle sapling; it wouldn't grow.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
So you just
but like
these.
there were a lot of people that I met through that I would love to reconnect with, that are probably have forgotten all about it, but it just had such an impact on me as a kid, and it was just it was a big deal to me, and it still is, like, because learning how a chain of command works is such a valuable thing. Like,
yeah,
like I didn't realize how valuable, how useful that would be until, oh man, I'm getting shot. How useful that would be until like I got into the business, and I'm like, they mentioned like how your chain of command works. You go to your boss goes to their boss goes to the CIO or whatever, and it's like, well, I can do that. I know how that works.
Yeah.
And I mean, being not in the military or knowing anyone in the military is a big deal. I mean, I know people in the military, but like you learn as, you know, a civilian who doesn't surround himself with military anything. You learn all that you know about the military through games and, you know, media, other media, right? So learning about how a chain of command works from a roleplay experience and having adults teach you how it works was just amazing. So I have a lot of appreciation and respect for those, because they put up with a little like 11, 12-year-old little snot-nosed kid for, you know, months, and I wasn't that bad. I mean, I didn't really argue that much or anything. I just tried to fit in and learn how things worked because I had a genuine interest in making it work. And I would just love to do that again, but I don't know if I would ever be able to get a group together to do it, you know, like commit to once a week and play for like 3 hours plus and that sort of thing. Because like I've got the D&D group that I do Tuesday nights and all that, but D&D is rules heavy. There's a lot of rules. And like my real like love is just the role play. Like you don't have to have the mechanics behind it to make it fun. And that was what was so powerful for me, is like you were bound by the rules you were bound by were the rules of the Star Trek universe. And that was so cool to me that like any time that you wanted to do something, if it didn't make sense in the context of a Star Trek film or a TV show or whatever, or a book, then couldn't do it. Simple as that. Like you couldn't fly, you couldn't, you know, you couldn't like jump off a bridge and necessarily survive. You might break a bone. However, if you survive to get back to the ship, you know, you get that bone mended like instantly, you know, and that sort of stuff. So it's a cool universe, and it's an even greater universe for roleplay experiences, because like literally space battles are a blast when you have people to do it with. That's why those games like there's a new Star Trek game coming out for VR where you work with other people in VR headsets as if you are a bridge crew member. So like you can sit at like the ops and stuff like that. That's how it was in the role play without the visual aspect.
Yeah, and wasn't there a game that came out a couple years ago that had the same thing that was like multiplayer and...
But it wasn't VR. You could actually play with people over the internet. And I actually want to get that because I think it would be fun. But it only focuses on the spaceship battles. Those two games do.
Oh, I thought there was more than that.
No, it's just exploring stars and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, think about like a game like No Man's Sky with that feature.
Yeah,
where you basically have a crew and you have to explore everywhere.
Yep, and that's something that I would love. And you guys have to like go down in teams and stuff like that. And it could be MMO where you don't necessarily see a lot of people, but like you could encounter like other players or even just hostile life forms that have never been discovered before. And you could do like diplomacy to talk with them and things like that. And you know, if you screw up a diplomacy check or something like that, then they become hostile and the whole planet hates you or whatever, you know, that sort of stuff. It'd be really cool, and nobody's really done that. And this role play experience for me was like that bridge crew simulation for VR, but so much more. I mean, it was depth, and it was camaraderie and character building and friendship building, and not only that, because I mean, you get 12 people in a chat room all role playing. You know, you have focused discussions where someone's talking with you directly, and it doesn't interfere with the other players, which is so cool. Whereas when you have a voice kind of thing, you're talking over other people. So it detracts in that sense. So text-based, I think, is a really superior way of doing that sort of a role play experience.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that role playing or Dungeons and Dragons or whatever, it's something that you really need to do when you're younger.
Even if you get older, it's something you should do at least once in your life to see if it's for you, because I think people have so much of themselves that they've never explored, and it gives you, like, for me, it's really gratifying to realize that, hey, you know, if push came to shove and, you know, I met an alien species, I think I could handle this. Or, I think I know how I would handle this, and seeing how that pans out in someone else's mind, like a GM's mind, and how they react is great. And I think it's just such a rewarding experience, because unlike video games, you know, role-playing games just offer an entire universe to explore freely, like Minecraft-wise, but with lore and depth and meaning.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying Minecraft is meaningless, but there is no diplomacy. There's no, like, you know, there's just none of that. Like, it's just all about exploring and finding items and building things. which is fine. It has its place, but it's not the same as like a real like role play experience.
I expanded my map. Yeah, and I feel like it also helps just build interpersonal communication skills, and
Yeah.
that it's so important to have that stuff. And yeah,
You're absolutely right.
I am so glad that I played that when I was a kid, just because that got me not only out of the house and like interacting with other people, but it also taught me how to like talk to people, because I was not a very social kid, which, you know, is a huge surprise. But just being able to have these obstacles that I could work with other people to overcome in a safe place was just gigantic.
Right, because the only thing that might happen is you lose a character, or
Yeah.
you lose hit points or whatever, and at the
Or you
end of
lose
the day,
your
I mean,
friends.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's frustrating to lose a character or whatever, but the game is still the game, and you can
Yeah.
come back to it with a different point of view or a different character. And, you know, it's cool, like, because when you think about it, like, if someone comes at you with a sword, how are you going to react? Like, how would not only you react, but how would this character you've created react?
Mhm.
And it's that, like, thinking outside of the box that I think is really valuable to have, because it really teaches you to explore other points of view and other ways
Yeah.
of thinking about stuff.
Yeah, I was
which
just gonna
is-
say that it allows you to help, like, just understand how other people might think, because like you're not your character in the same way.
Right.
So like you have to just kind of emulate what that person would think, and that allows you to better understand other people.
Yes, exactly. And that's pretty great in my view. So, yeah, I think a role play experience is, even if it's a rules heavy kind of system like a Dungeons and Dragons, or a rules
Yeah.
light system like Dragon Age, or a no rules system like the simulations I was doing, I think it's valuable to just do it. And I think everyone should try to GM at least once in their life too.
Oh yeah.
Because that's also valuable. That teaches you planning ahead, thinking on your feet, reacting. Because I mean, players never cease to throw curveballs. That's just the rule. They will always do it. And you know, I've learned from a lot of, not a ton of experience, but a good amount of experience, especially doing a role play day with Devious Furball and Jenks and Nath, those troublemakers. That is not an easy. It really teaches you to be quick on your feet, and it was a skill I didn't realize I had. And when I started GMing, was part of the reason I started streaming, was because I was like, man, I could do this. Like, I could actually think on my feet and respond to stuff people ask me, and I could do a podcast and all this stuff. Like, it actually encouraged me to explore that side of myself. And I would honestly, without a role-playing game like D&D or Dragon Age and my GMing experiences and my role-playing experiences, I don't think I ever would have really gotten into any of this stuff.
Yeah.
So I love it. I'm happy with it, and I think everyone should give it a go.
Yeah, and I was what was I gonna say? Oh, you were talking about how players can foil you so easily. I remember helping my DM at the time. I was like 14 or 15. I remember sitting down and building this entire tower with the GM at the time. And when we were finally running it, like, the player, or at least one player in particular, did the exact thing they needed to do to just bypass everything. Like, there was like a fountain or something at the ground floor, and he's just like, I'm gonna throw my hammer at that and shatter it. And I'm just like, what fucking context do you have for that? And like, it's just like, he was just dicking around, but it just like, it destroyed like probably 10 hours of work that the guy and I spent. And it's just like, oh my god.
And that's one of the things that, like, you learn really quickly, is that players will they will always find a way to screw up what you've planned. So, like, you can never plan for every contingency. So never offer a contingency where they can break things. That's one of the things that you learn really quickly. And that's one of the things that games do. And that's where video game constraints also come into play in developing role-playing experiences for other players. Because face it, you're kind of a game designer when you develop your own kind of like adventure or campaign, or, you know, locale or any of that stuff. And it's interesting to kind of look at it from that perspective. What can players do to screw up this adventure?
Yep.
So yeah, I love it though. I think it's fantastic.
Oh yeah, me too.
Well, Mr. Ben Burns, we're at an hour and 4 minutes.
Oh
so,
my god.
Yeah, we went a little over. You want to head back in?
Yeah.
Hey, we got a lot done though. We got maps, we got compasses, we have carrots and pumpkins growing.
I
We
expanded
have
my map, so now I can
yeah,
see
we have
more.
a well. We've got a well now. And we got a lot of good stuff.
What's this pile of dirt over here for?
I don't know. I just thought it looked nice.
Well, I don't.
Dirk. All right, so we can go back to the splash here.
Oh yeah,
And,
I should do that.
Thank you guys
Professionalism.
very much for joining us for a second dose of Minecraft this time around. For those of you who live on our secondary game, I know it probably was a little disappointing, but I wanted to play more Minecraft because, you know what, my brain hurts. So, but thank you guys for joining us. Really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun hanging out, and you can find Mr. Ben Burns on the internet. Where can they find you?
I've been told that I'm on the internet. You can find me at various websites on the internet, in fact. At Ben_Burns, that's BURNES, that's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Patreon. I mainly do music stuff, but I'm doing more games. I need to find a better, elevator pitch for what I do, because that's what I've been saying for a while now. But, yeah, I'm all over the place. I make lots of stuff. Tim, what do you do?
I primarily stream. That's my big thing. I do a lot of streaming. Not as much as I'd like to some weeks, but energy levels and whatnot. But I do live stream. I try to do about 30 hours a week, but it doesn't always pan out. But I want to offer up plenty of times for people to come hang out and see what I'm doing. But you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/InsertCoinTheater. You can find me on Twitter at InsertCoinTim. I almost said my old one, but I have my new Twitter handle.
Nice.
You can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/InsertCoinTheater, and on YouTube, youtube.com/InsertCoinTheater.com. That's InsertCoinTheater, DOTCOM. And that wraps it up for us for this week. Actually, this is our second episode for this week. So so this is a Sunday episode that we'll be releasing it, and thanks for joining us, guys.
You're not gonna say our super cool quote at the end that our social interaction quota has been fulfilled for the week?
Oh yeah, our social interaction quota has been fulfilled for the week.
Get the branding going. That's what it's about these days. It's all about the branding.
It's all about the brands. That's all kids like.
Ugh.
But our social interaction quota has been filled for the week.
There it is.
And we will see you guys next week.
Take care.